Om Jnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurimilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, initiation ceremonies, initiating devotees into Krishna consciousness are not uncommon. They've become quite common. Maybe not so much in San Diego at the present time. I personally attend a few each year and give initiations. That they have become. They should get prasadam. There you go. I saw that Prabhupada in a darshan. Some people came in just for a few, 2 or 3 minutes, and then they left. Prabhupada said, make sure they get some prasadam. Yeah, so that these ceremonies are quite common nowadays does not decrease their significance. The significance of this event here today is more than that of any other event going on in the secular world, or even the religious world as it's ordinarily understood. What are the events in the world today? I haven't been keeping up with the news recently. What's going on? I mean, apart from the general, election. War in Iraq.
Election season.
Election?
Yes.
For what?
Midterm coming up.
Midterm? I don't know. I don't know the American system. Okay, elections. That's really chewing the chewed. Well, it's all chewing the chewed, isn't it? Hurricanes coming up. Or already going on. Hurricanes going on.
Earthquake, fire.
I can tell you the news. I didn't even see it. Anyone can tell you. It's wars and economic problems, poverty, unrest, discontent, political turmoil, and it's just a matter of it's like a kaleidoscope. Where does the crystal drop? And it's just in different places at different times. So this material world is intrinsic for all its importance. Oh, and of course the sports news. There's a very important game going on, right? Must be some sport or other. Very important. Someone's throwing a ball and someone's hitting it, and they run round and round. That's baseball, right? Someone's catching it. Yeah. I don't know about baseball because I'm from good old England, where we don't play games. We have our own games. It's all a game. So anyway, the material world is insignificant, and the whole of it is insignificant. But significant is the attempt to not only get out of this material world. There was a brief reference to Buddhism. Well, they don't even attempt to get out of the material world because they don't even think it exists. But the attempt to go to Krishna, Tamasi Ma Jyotir Gamaya, come out of the darkness and go to the light. This is the purpose of life. The light is Krishna. Krishna Surja Sama Maya Hoy Andhaka. Taha Krishna, Taha Nahi Maya Adhika. Krishna is the same as the sun, just like the sun. And Maya, illusion, is just like darkness. Darkness means the absence of light. So it's not that there's not light, but darkness is a situation where the light is blocked. So when we come out of the darkness to the light, that means to come to Krishna. Where there is Krishna, there is no adhika, there is no jurisdiction of Maya. So this is significant. The whole material world is insignificant. Kota Chataranana Mari Mari Jaut. This Vidyapati, the poet, has in one line put in perspective material existence, that how many Brahmas are dying all the time. Brahma is the creator and overseer of each Brahmanda, the universe. One name of the universe is Brahmanda, the egg-like shape which is in which the creation of Brahma is effected. So Brahma lives for a very long time. Let's try and work it out now. One earth year, there are, how many years make up Kali Yuga? I just forgot it. 432,000, yeah. 432,000 years make up one Kali Yuga. And twice that is the length of Dwapara Yuga. Twice that is 3 times the length of Kali Yuga is the length of Treta Yuga, and 4 times the length of Kali Yuga is Satya Yuga. So these 4 ages taken together times 1,000 equals 1 day of Brahma, and his night is as long. There are 30 days in his month and 12 months in a year, and he lives for 100 years, and that's quite a big number. It's quite a long time. But Vidyapati sees that in the rolling of eternal time, the Brahmas are coming and going just like this. Just like in Brahma's vision. Brahma lives for something up in the trillion, something we can't conceive of actually, how many years he lives. We can't imagine it. Brahma sees our life. If Brahma sneezes, 10 of, in the meantime, 20 you and me's could have come and gone. The time is time dilation. But Brahmas themselves coming and going just like that. And in the meantime, there's an important match coming up. And there'll be the commentators talking about with all seriousness. The only important thing is to understand Krishna. The only important thing is to serve Krishna. There's nothing else of any actual importance. Nothing else is important. Of course, conventionally we accept, we maintain the body, we brush our teeth, some people go to work. These are bodily, social activities. They are conventional activities. As long as we're in this material world, we do something. There are certain things to be done. The human body is the body in which sadhana, the practice of Krishna consciousness, can be cultivated. So it's necessary to maintain the body for that purpose only, not for anything else. So Krishna consciousness means to, in the beginning, to realize this, to accept this. So and taking initiation means to accept that Krishna, I have no other purpose in life than to serve Krishna. Conventionally, one may be, if one is married, we say, go on with your Krishna consciousness in family life, understanding this point, that there is no other purpose than to serve Krishna. That doesn't mean that one becomes irresponsible in family life. Actually, one should become more responsible. Everyone in family life is irresponsible unless they accept. Everyone in human life, whether they're married or not, they are irresponsible unless they accept that the only purpose of life is to serve Krishna. So actually the only really responsible married person is one who accepts the responsibility not only of providing food, clothing, home, education, medical care and all these kinds of things, but who takes responsibility for instructing his dependents that the only purpose of life is to serve Krishna. Without that, Human life is just animal life, sophisticated animal life. So this is significant. This event here, although apparently from the perspective of most people, this event here is a minor cultural or religious event, but it is of great significance. From another perspective also, we can see its significance in that I think there have not been many in the last few years in San Diego initiation ceremonies.
More than we've had in previous years.
Yeah, it's coming up, yeah. But actually this should be regular. Those of you who are not initiated, maybe some of you are not even very familiar with Krishna consciousness, so this may come as a shock to you. But you should all be initiated. Every person should go to Krishna. Why rot in this material world? Initiation is the statement that I'm going to Krishna. I'm very serious about going to Krishna. So everyone should come to that point. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're simply we're living this life preparing to enter another body. That's all. To go on with the cycle of birth and death. So every intelligent person should come to the standard of initiation, which is a beginning. It's the solid beginning, the first solid footstep in traversing the path back to home, back to Godhead, back to Krishna. This initiation ceremony is also significant inasmuch as the commitment goes against everything of the material world, all the philosophies of the material world, and particularly the general outlook of modern America, in which the ethos has been cultivated of, I don't know if it's still there, but it used to be, at least up until the time of Marlborough Man, of the rugged individual who stands on his own 2 feet and kicks his boots at the rest of the world. But to accept initiation, to accept a guru, means to accept that I need help. At the most intrinsic level of my being, I am helpless. Even if I have a strong body, even if I have a good economic position, even if I'm well educated, even if I am knowledgeable in the books of Krishna consciousness, I need help. We need help on the path back to Godhead. Taking initiation means voluntarily relinquishing one's freedom, which America was founded for. So maybe it could be a court case that could be made against myself. You never know in the modern age that disciples' rights will be the next on the list. But disciples, they forfeit many of their rights. Their rights to be an idiot in the material world by considering that we have any right other than to serve Krishna is forfeited. The idea that I have a right to think as I like, to do as I like, is demoniac. The whole of America is founded on a demoniac principle, to think that we have the freedom to act independently of Krishna is demoniac. Now this should not be understood that this is initiation into a mind-controlled cult. Because we do have freedom. But what is the nature of that freedom, we should understand. Unless the nature of our freedom is understood, we remain ever in bondage. We are tied up by the ropes of material desire, And although we think we are free, we are like puppets dancing to the dictates of our mind and our senses. But real freedom, we have the freedom to choose to serve Krishna or to serve Maya. And when we serve Krishna, we attain freedom from the dictates that drag us down to the position where we come rolling down the alley with our pants on back to front and inside out and thinking, I'm doing fine. This is the dream of the founding fathers of America, what it ends up in. You have the freedom to degrade yourself to such a level which is considered normal. It's considered there's nothing unusual to be drunk or to be a drunk. It's just the normal behavior of a civilized person. So vows are taken to give up sinful activity. This very concept of surrender to a guru goes against everything in material life. That there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is to be approached in a particular way defies all the relativism that we are discussing in the morning here in the series of verses in the Bhagavatam. This discussion of absolute versus relative ways of thinking. So the relative way of thinking that no one can know the truth, everyone has their own truth, is wrong. There is the underlying reality, who is Krishna. He's the underlying and overlording. And our position is to surrender to him. So accepting a guru means, actually accepting a guru means to accept Krishna. This is the way to accept Krishna. To accept that I am a servant of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a very great step. It comes after many, many lifetimes of directly defying Krishna or avoiding him or being forgetful of him, to state that yes, now I have nothing else to do than to serve Krishna. That is the significance of accepting initiation. So, the curtains will open now? In 1 minute, alright. So those who are going to take this step, this significant step, those who are now taking initiation through the medium of myself, servant of Srila Prabhupada in the Guru Parampara, you may now kindly come and actually you have to wait till the curtains open. Offer obeisance to Srila Prabhupada, then to the deities, and then you can come and do so before your initiating Guru. And Nitya Gaur Prabhu, who's accepting Brahminical initiation, can also do that. And those who are attending the yajna, having accepted initiation already and are formally attending the yajna, can also perform this procedure, bowing before Srila Prabhupada and the